Call of Duty just released the patch notes for the new update in Modern Warfare 3 and Warzone, which includes some weapon nerfs for a meta weapon, new bug fixes and plenty more. Let's see exactly what they have done. First of all, let's start off with the multiplayer side of things. For global customization, they've improved visibility through the glass of the Aegis Imperial's right shield blueprint, which of course if you guys didn't know, it was the Warhammer 40k bundle. The glass of this right shield blueprint was actually colored either blue or red, and the visibility was pretty much non-existent. You could barely see 1 centimeter in front of you. It was terrible, but thankfully that has been fixed now, and they've also resolved the graphical corruption on the hands of the battle sister operator skin. Next up, let's move on to the multiplayer specific patch notes. For the UI or the user interface, they have fixed some bugs. In the quick play filter menu, the maps widget will now only display maps available in the selected modes. Operator unlock challenges will now properly display the requirements. Removed locked and unobtainable Modern Warfare 2 calling cards from the customization menu. Completing a weekly challenge will no longer display an empty splash notification. And finally, in private match, the HUD will no longer disappear during the escort phase of Operation Tin Man. But just before we move on to the game mode fixes, at any time if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to see for the like button. For everything Call of Duty, make sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already, and let's grow this channel together. And with that being said, we move on to the modes, specifically the Juggernaut game mode that released with Season 2 Reload update. Juggernauts are no longer immune to the following tactical equipment: the stun grenades, the flash grenades, and the shock stick. So if you use these equipments on the Juggernauts, they will be affected. They've also addressed an exploit allowing players to equip custom loadouts. And finally, Enten Guara will no longer cause the player's weapon to lose functionality. Now of course that's a much needed fix, because if you enter the water and you can't use your weapon, what on earth? Call of Duty and you can't use your weapon. So yeah, that has been fixed. Even if you enter water, you can still use your weapon, and that's a good change. Next up, we have the weapons, specifically the melees, the new Soul Render sword that released in Season 2 Reloaded update. Players using the new Soul Render melee weapon will no longer experience a delay after throwing equipment or swapping to the Soul Render. Of course, if you guys use the Soul Render, if you threw an equipment or you swapped between weapons, you would experience a delay. Thankfully that delay has been removed, and now it's pretty much instant, and that is amazing. And finally, to finish off with the Modern Warfare 3 side of things, we have zombies. They fixed some UI or user interface bugs, addressed an issue where players could encounter an error message when viewing their containment levels from their player card. And finally, for stability, they've added various crash and stability fixes. Again, that is very good. And if I say so myself, for the Modern Warfare 3 side of things, these are definitely much needed update and definitely much needed bug fixes, because some of them were game breaking, but like I said, all of that has been fixed now, and that is super awesome. Now we move on to the Warzone side of things, and here's where it gets interesting. There has been some weapon nerfs, including a nerf to one of the meta SMGs in Warzone 3. First of all, we have a nerf to the Ram 9 SMG. The near mid damage decreased to 24 down from 27, and the mid damage decreased to 22 down from 24. Then we move on to the HRM 9 SMG. Of course, this is the SMG that I see a lot of people running when using an SMG weapon, and with this update it has been nerfed a bit. The max damage range has been decreased to 11.30 meters down from 12.95 meters. Okay, to be honest with you guys, how big is this nerf to the HRM 9? If I'm being honest with you guys, not that big. They've only reduced the max damage range. Now at long range, you might need an extra 1 or 2 bullets to get the kill. Again, not that big of a deal, to be honest with you guys. Although it's a nerf, it's not a big nerf, and the HRM 9 SMG should still be a meta SMG to use in Warzone 3. Alongside all of that, we have some new changes to the gameplay, specifically the gulags. As you guys know, in Warzone 3 there has been a new variant of the gulag, the night vision gulag. Well, now the night vision gulag has been removed. We are back to the original gulag, and also the laser attachments have also been removed and replaced in the gulag loadouts. Now in order for the night vision gulags to work properly, they had to add the laser attachment to every loadout in the night vision gulag, but for whatever reason the laser attachments were still on the weapons even when playing the normal gulag, not the night vision gulag. And of course that wasn't very nice. A lot of players in the community were upset about it. That wasn't a very good change. So what they have done now is they've completely removed the night vision gulag, and they've also completely removed the laser attachments. So now we have the original gulag with no laser attachments to the weapons. But what do you guys think about this? Make sure to tell me in the comment section down below. Did you like the night vision gulag with the laser attachments on weapons or not? Make sure to tell me in the comment section down below. And to finish off with the patch notes for this update, we have the bug fixes. They fixed an issue causing the final elimination camera slow motion effect to persist after getting the final elimination with a vehicle. And finally, they fixed an issue on Fortune's Keep that allowed unmanned vehicles to remain attached to the research vessel and would eliminate players that came into contact with it. Okay, to be honest with you guys, this is definitely much needed update. Like I said earlier, there are plenty of bug fixes and plenty of game breaking glitches. So thankfully all of that has been fixed in Modern Warfare 3 and Warzone 3, and that's definitely a good thing. But what do you guys think about this update? Is it a W? Is it an L? Make sure to tell me in the comment section down below. And with that being said, make sure to click the video on the screen right now if you guys want to see the best new overpowered class setup for the Ram 7 to use in Modern Warfare 3. Thank you guys for watching this video.